Look, if you go to a restaurant, they bring you bread and water or chips and salsa and all those really good things. That's included in your meal. Okay, so if you're going to be buying something, they're going to give you some free stuff. It might be some bread, it might be a salad, it might be water, it might be something like that.
Sorry, did you just say free handcuffs? Free handcuffs if you drink and drive. Oh, hell yeah! Let me do that! Hi YouTube, welcome back in hell. My name is Cypress, and today we'll be watching a video by Walter's World. This is Visit America, the don'ts of visiting the USA.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're in Mystic, Connecticut, in a beautiful place here in the U.S. And today what we have for you are the don'ts of visiting the U.S. because anywhere you go in the world, there's things you should do, but there's also things you shouldn't do. And this video is going to just cover the U.S. in general, okay? And our first don't for when you visit the U.S. is don't touch the Americans. Look, Americans...
Don't touch the Americans? I would think in most places you should not touch people. I feel like it's weird. It's really weird if you're touching random people that you don't know. That's weird. Don't do that.
Really like their personal space. It's like they have a bubble around them, and if you get too close to them, they feel very, 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 very uncomfortable. Okay?
That made me uncomfortable what he did just now. There is a screen between us and I already started to sweat. Even my dad doesn't like me this close. Aww.
From a little distance when you are there, you know, because I know when I go to Italy and Spain and stuff, we're like, Mark, how's it going? All this stuff.
Okay, yeah, no, okay, I guess that's true. I thought we were talking about like random people, but I guess like when it's friends, like it's you're like you're greeting each other, you touch each other, like you know, pat on the shoulder, hugging, that kind of stuff, I guess.
My American friends sometimes go, wow, they're really, really affectionate. Like, that's just how it is. Here, space is key. The second don't I have for you is don't count on public transportation. Look, when we were in China and we were throughout Europe and South America, we took buses and trains and planes and all kinds of stuff to get all over the place because public transport is really developed.
Here in Netherlands too, I don't have a car. I mean, Netherlands is really small too, so to be fair, it ain't that hard to get to places. If you live in the city, I have public transport. Most places, I could kind of walk as well. You could use your bicycle. I don't have a bicycle at the moment. Dutch people, don't come for me. I used to use the bicycle all the time. I just don't. I haven't had one in years now, actually.
You cannot count on public transport to get you a lot of places. Yes, in big cities like New York and Chicago and stuff like that, you can get around with public transport and it'll take you where you want to go. But a lot of towns, small towns especially, in middle-sized cities, the public transportation networks are not very good. And at night, sometimes it's not very safe. So that is kind of a frustrating thing. So yes, you're going to probably have to rent a car when you come here, okay? So just have a heads up for that. And that kind of leads into the next don't I have for you is don't underestimate the size of the U.S. The United States...
As someone who lives in the Netherlands, it's sometimes so crazy to see how big other countries are, and especially a big country like the USA, like so much space between neighbors? What the
It's, you know, continental U.S. is like continental Europe. It's huge. I mean, would you think of driving from, I'm going to do, go from Lisbon to Paris and then go up to Tallinn and then head down to Sofia. No, you're like, that is insanely far. It's the same thing when you come to the U.S.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of travelers that are like, I'm going to fly into New York, grab...
This is in the U.S., Chicago to Los Angeles, 3,342 kilometers. Holy shit. 4,129! This is like one of the things that when I think about it, I'm like really glad that I live in the Netherlands. If your mom lives on like the top of the Netherlands and then you live on the bottom of the Netherlands, if you have like an off day from work and you're like, you know what, I want to go visit my mom tomorrow, you can just do that. The traveling is not that long. But if you're in the US and you're like, I live on this side of the US and my mom lives all the way on the other side of the US, tomorrow is my off day, let's go visit my mom. No, you can't. I mean, you could. It'll probably be like a freaking long drive or plane flight. Oh my god, if you want to go from Miami to Las Vegas with car, that's 36 hours, almost 37 hours. Jesus. If you want to go from the bottom to the top of the Netherlands, it's 3 hours and 41 minutes. 336 kilometers. And then from Las Vegas to Miami, 36 hours and 51 minutes. And how many kilometers was it? 4,129. Bro, that's crazy. USA is huge, man.
Drive down to Miami to see Miami Beach, then head over to LA. I'm like, dude, you got 2 weeks? You're going to spend the entire time in cars. The distances here are insane. So what I recommend is picking a region. So, we're going to stay here in New England and see New England. Or we're going to go in the Southeast, go to Atlanta and Savannah and Charleston, things like that. Or visit the West Coast. You do that to get a better idea of the culture there and things like that. But also, it's just the logistics things because it's so far between the places. And to go along with that, for Americans, a 3 to 4 hour drive, that's a day trip. Like my parents live 3 hours away.
Yeah, it's so funny. I have like friends that live in the USA, and then sometimes they're like, okay, I'm gonna go drive to whatever place, right? And then I'm like, oh, how long is the drive? And then they're like, yeah, not that long, just 4 hours. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? It's just 4 hours. But yeah, now that I Googled that, I guess that's just 4 hours in comparison to what it could have been.
I will literally get up, go drive, have lunch with my mom, and then drive back home just for lunch. 6 hours in the car. No big deal. It's about 7 hours when we start to think, that kind of is a long drive.
6 hours, I would get sick. But I have motion sickness, so that makes sense.
And we drive the entire way through. Okay, this isn't like...
Aren't you supposed to take a break every hour? I thought you're supposed to take a break every 2 hours, I think.
I must stop every 2 hours and have a...
Hey, if you're going on a road trip, any one of my viewers here right now, you better be taking a break every 2 hours. You should take breaks every 2 hours, or 100 to 150 miles, or 150 to 200 kilometers, okay? Y'all better be taking a break. Be safe.
15-minute break. Oh, no. No. We drive all the way through.
Take a break, though.
Now, my next
Take a break.
for you when you come here is don't think that the sticker price is the end price. Look, in the U.S., we have sales tax. I know other countries, they have VAT, value-added taxes. They're already put into the price of products. So when you see...
Oh, in the U.S. it's without?
It's $1 or €1. Oh, I only pay €1. In the U.S., it is not like that. We have sales tax. So a certain percentage is added onto that product. And the thing is...
That's so annoying.
I cannot tell you what the sales tax will be where you're going to travel because it's different everywhere.
That is so annoying.
Cities, states, counties,
I hate that.
Different products have different sales taxes. And some products don't have sales taxes. Some cities don't have sales taxes. Some have 10% sales tax. It can be different anywhere you go. So if you're going to go get your dollar menu item at a McDonald's or a Culver's or a wherever, it's not going to be $1. Where I live, there's 2 cities right by where I live. One, it's going to be $1.08. The other one, it's going to be $1.09. So be ready for that. And it's not just...
If I'm going to go to the US and I'm going to go somewhere where there is a sales tax, I'm going to end up spending way more than I wanted to because I will forget about that sales tax and I will be there at the cashier and then they're like, you have to pay so much, ma'am. And I'm like, fuck. And then I have to pay it because I'm too scared to put it back. I'm too embarrassed.
The sales tax. Also, there could be the tipping on top. And that leads us into the 5th don't, and that is don't forget to tip. Look, in the U.S., you tip 15 to 20% at a sit-down restaurant, okay? Now, McDonald's, stuff like that, no, you don't tip at a fast food place, but it's a sit-down restaurant where they bring you your food.
Because the waiters get paid. Wait, do you not get paid as a waiter?
And stuff like that, you will tip them 15 to 20%. If you are in a group of 6 people or more, sometimes they automatically put the gratuity on there, which sometimes can be 18% or something like that. Look, when you come to the U.S., there's a reason why the food is like so affordable. You're like, wow, it's cheap to go out and eat.
You do not tip at a restaurant. Do not go back to that restaurant because they will remember that you didn't tip. Okay, thank you. I mean, I will tip if I'm gonna go home, but thanks.
In the U.S., it's because there's kind of this understanding that the service fees and paying for the workers and the waitresses and stuff like that, that goes on to you, the person eating there, with the tips. So the food and stuff can be cheaper when you go out to eat. And I know a lot of people say, I don't believe in tipping and this tipping isn't the right thing.
You know, every time when this conversation comes up, no one says that the food is cheap.
Saying they should pay their people more. Well, if you want to pay more for your food, they can do that. But they don't, okay? So tipping is something we do here in the U.S., so do tip that 15 to 20%. Oh, also, if you're at a bar and you're buying drinks, you're going to want to tip a couple dollars here and there. Otherwise, the bartender might not be too quick to come back and get you your next drink. So falling off of those tips, what you need to realize is our next don't is don't be freaked out by the over-the-top service and free stuff you sometimes get in the US. Look, because of tipping
Free stuff? I'm listening.
and commissions and stuff like that, yes, there is a lot of over-the-top service here. But the thing is, in the US, the people actually are pretty nice and they want to help people. And sometimes for some travelers, if they come from countries where people don't get a lot of service sometimes, it can be a bit much, so don't freak out about it.
I always say, like, when I watch like reality TV or anything American TV, I always see the people so nice. The people that work in shops are so nice.
Don't be freaked out with some of the free stuff you get when you go to restaurants. Look, if you go to a restaurant, they bring you bread and water, or chips and salsa and all those really good things. That's included in your meal. Okay, so if you're going to be buying something, they're going to give you some free stuff. It might be some bread, it might be a salad, it might be water, it might be something like that.
Sorry, did you just say free handcuffs? Free handcuffs if you drink and drive. Oh, hell yeah. Let me do that.
It might be something like that. So don't be like shocked when like, wait, I didn't order this bread. I didn't order this salad. Oh no, that comes with your meal, okay? Now the thing is though, you can't just go in and get chips and salsa and walk out, all right? You actually have to order some food when you go there.
Yeah, but getting chips and salsa, I mean, here in the Netherlands, some restaurants also give you, if you're already a paying customer, they will give you that as well. That makes sense. But I guess it's not only in restaurants.
Don't for you is, don't smoke cigarettes in the US. If you're smoking cigarettes in the US, people will look at you like you're trying to kill their baby. Cigarettes is like totally verboten, like people really frown upon it. Which is funny because when they talk about marijuana and stuff like that, people don't seem to care as much.
Wait, do you guys say in English verboten as well? Or did he just like use I think I say it in German as well, right? Did he just use a German word or something?
Oh, you're trying to kill my baby with that cigarette 2 blocks away. So if you do smoke, make sure you try to find a place where you can smoke because a lot of restaurants, or pretty much all restaurants, hotels, stuff like that have smoke free. It's smoke free, so you got to go like 15 to 20 feet away from doing things. So that can be something.
That's better though. I don't smoke. I don't care if you smoke, but I don't want to be like forced to. How do they say that? A secondhand smoking? Yeah, I don't want to be forced that.
Outside my favorite liquor store to give you the next don't, and that is don't try to buy alcohol unless you're 21.
Oh yeah, I find it so interesting. In America, you're only allowed to drink at 21. Here, it's 18. Actually, it used to be like 16, and they changed it like, well, what, 10 years ago or something? More than 10 years ago. They changed it into having to be 18 plus to drink. Yeah, I just find it so funny. Like, I think in America, you can already drive when you're 16. You're not allowed to drink. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because your brain is still developing. But, because in other countries, or like my country, you're only allowed to drive when you're 18. So it's like, I don't know what the right word is for this, but I guess it's so like, whoa, I get it. You guys need to drive because everything is so fucking far. Your school is so far away. How the fuck are you gonna go to your school if your parents need to go to work as well and they have no time to drive you?
Or cigarettes unless you're 18 or over in the US. They will not sell them to you. And the thing is, don't forget your ID because if you look like you're 40 or under, they may ask you for that. And don't get mad at them because if they don't ask, they could get in trouble and get fined. So don't be surprised because we've had friends that have come here, tried to buy alcohol, and they're like, sorry, you don't look old enough.
I always find it so stupid when people are like getting mad about it. Also here, sometimes people get mad when they're getting ID'd when they want to buy alcohol. But I'm like, hey, they're saying you look young. But what's wrong with that? But also, they're just doing their job because like, maybe they do think you look like your age, but they think they might be wrong because one time they thought that someone looked older than they were and they ended up being way younger than they thought they were and he actually had to ID that person. So they're just doing what they have to do. You cannot read the age, man, not always.
Oh, I don't have my ID. Too bad. And the thing is, it's not just the person buying. They might ask anybody with you, so make sure everybody has their ID.
Makes sense.
If they want to buy liquor or they want to buy alcohol or if they want to buy cigarettes.
Makes sense because my friends in high school used to ask me to buy alcohol for them because they weren't 18 yet and I was. And I don't even drink alcohol.
Just FYI on that one. Oh, that's also another don't I have for you is don't bother with a metric system when you come here. We don't use meters. We don't use kilometers. We don't use liters. It is inches, feet, miles, gallons, pounds, things like that. And I'll put a conversion chart here to show you. But honestly, you may say, hey,
this is so weird. 1 gallon is 3.78 liters. 1 foot is okay, this is fine. It's a round number. 1 yard is 0.9 meters. kilometers. 1 mile is 1.61 kilometers. 1 pound is 45 kilograms. That's kind of okay. Interesting measurement. You know what I mean? Like interesting one measurement. I get English, man. I don't even understand how to explain these things when I'm thinking. 12 ounces is 355 As someone from the metric system, this all looks really weird, but I can understand from a perspective of someone that doesn't use the metric system that it makes sense, I guess. Because you don't know anything else.
How far is it to this next town? And they'll tell you, oh, it's like 60 miles. You're like, what's that? Just know 60 miles, it's about 100 kilometers, okay? So just do that because the people here won't get it. I mean, I have people, when I'll tell them, oh, it's 100 meters away, they're like, 100 meters? It's like 100 yards. Oh, okay. So make sure you do know your imperial system, okay? Because metric, we don't do that so much here. So our next don't is when you do come to the US, there's a couple things you don't talk about, okay? One is gun control, and two is politics, because no matter where you are, you will get people on either side of the spectrum, and they will have an argument with you. So it's best just to lay off those topics, talk about the weather. Oh, wouldn't it be nicer if it was sunny today and we could go sailing? Yes, that would be much better than discussing gun control or politics. Just putting that one out there for you right now.
I agree.
Now, my next note for you is don't assume that all the US and all the Americans are the same. Because I know a lot of people say, oh, you're a typical American. Well, it's like saying you're a typical European. Look, the US has all kinds of different cultures, all kinds of different people, all kinds of different topography and scenery and stuff like that. And when you come here, don't assume it's all the same. You will see regional differences.
I mean, it's a country, but it's the size of it's a continent, and it's a fucking ass country. Like, the states are so far apart from each other.
Cuisines and how people treat each other and how everything looks, all kinds of stuff. So don't just think there's just one kind of American. They're all fat, slobby guys with ponytails. No, there's actually a lot of skinny people in America too.
Kidding.
Not just fat guys like me and my buddy Jeff. There are those. So don't assume it's all the same, all right? So do go out and explore. And that's why I always say is if you're going to come to the U.S., go and explore different regions because you'll get a really different feel. Because going to the southeast...
If you come to the Netherlands, don't assume that everyone is like 6-7 meters of feet. 6-7 feet or whatever you guys think that Dutch people are. Yeah, I'm saying this because everyone always assumes that because I say I'm Dutch, I come from the Netherlands. People always assume that I'm a giant. I'm not a giant. Netherlands is very multicultural. I am not tall.
Going to see the southern towns down there versus going to the northwest and Seattle and Portland, or going to San Francisco, or going to the Midwest with Chicago and Milwaukee, you're going to have a very different feel, which is really a cool thing to do. And you start to understand is, wow, the U.S. does have a lot of different cultures within it, a lot of different feelings when you go around here. And following on with that, I guess I would say another don't assume there's no culture in the U.S. because there are a lot of cultural centers out there. If you go down to New Orleans, you see a very rich culture there. You go to New York or Boston, here in New England, you have a very distinct culture. In the Midwest with Chicago, Milwaukee.
I find it funny that he shows the dinosaurs. Our culture is the dinosaur.
You go to the West Coast. I mean, there's a lot of different culture
there,
here.
yo.
Historic culture with the Native Americans, or more recent culture here. I mean, you have all that here. You can really take in. And saying there's no culture in the U.S., it's not really true because there are all these different cultural centers with great museums like the Art Institute of Chicago or the Met New York.
Everyone touches that nose. Does it give you luck or something? Because some statues, they believe like if you rub that part of the statue, you will get this or that or luck or whatever.
There's all kinds of stuff you can see and do when you are here. For a cultural trip, it's not just seeing beautiful landscapes and seascapes like we are here in Connecticut. There's a lot more to it than that. Now, my next don't for you is one that I kind of get a lot of questions about. We actually have a video on this, and then that is, don't think that how are you or how's it going is actually a question. Look, when we say how's it going...
Yeah, I always see that. People like go into shops and then the shop person is like, hi, how are you? How's it going? Or like when a waiter comes to the table, how are you? How's it going? Why don't you just say hello then?
How are you?
It's confusing.
These kind of things in the US, it's not a question, it's a statement. It's like saying hi. Okay, just take it as a hi. Because a lot of people say this, everyone asks me how I'm doing. When I try to tell them how I'm feeling, they're like, well, I was just saying, how are you? Here, how are you is just hi. Think of it that way. It's like in France. Ça va? Ça va. How's it going? How's it going? We're good to go. In Portuguese, tudo bem, everything good? You answer back, tudo bem, everything good.
But I thought you answered it because everything is good.
It's just, how are you?
Wait, I'm confused.
How are you? You move on.
Just hello.
Don't think it's an actual question.
To say hello.
Now, another don't I have for you is don't expect a lot at the fancy hotels. You know, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to pay more money for this hotel. I'm probably going to get nicer stuff, like a nicer breakfast, better Wi-Fi. Oh, no, 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 no. For some reason in the U.S., it seems like the nicer the hotel, the more you have to pay for the things you think would be free, like Wi-Fi and breakfast. So don't feel like you have to stay at the fancy hotels, because honestly, if you're going to be going out and exploring, you just need a couple beds, right? So stay at the hotels in the U.S.
Oh, some hotels don't have the 13th floor. Just like how in, is it China and Japan? Did they avoid which floor? 4 or 3? I don't remember which of the two because it sounds like that.
And the cheaper ones will give you free Wi-Fi, free breakfast, all these kind of things, which is really nice, so don't expect that from the fancy hotels. Another don't I have for you is don't skip out on the local food. Look, we're here in New England. We're here in Connecticut. We've been having lobster and clams and oh my God, New England clam chowder. Oh my God.
You will not show me like, this. I'm hungry.
More. It's fantastic. When I'm in the South, man, Southern fried chicken, mac and cheese.
Oh, stop.
Barbecue. Oh my God. The food in the different regions in the U.S. are great. So don't just go to chain restaurants. When you go to your hotel, ask them, hey, what's some local restaurants around here? What's some locally owned and operated restaurants, so you can go there and check out those places because they really give you a great experience. And I find a lot of times those ones actually have better service than the chain restaurants because it's a mom and pop place where the owner
It was a bad idea to watch this before dinner.
is the ones helping you out, and that is really kind of a cool thing. Now my next don't for you is don't get sick.
Whoa, that's a lot to ask. That's a lot that you're asking of me. Don't get sick, huh? Oh, okay.
Healthcare in the U.S. is insanely expensive. And just because you come from another country doesn't mean they're not going to find you for the bill. All right? So if you're going to be coming here, make sure you get travel insurance or trip insurance so in case you do get sick or you do break an ankle or you do break an arm or something happens to you, your insurance will cover it. Now, you might have to pay it first and your insurance pays you back, but at least you'll get something back because healthcare here in the U.S. is insanely expensive, okay? So make sure you're prepared for that. And I guess my last don't I'm going to have for you is one that people actually got mad at me for when I lived in other countries when I told them the U.S. has 50 states. And they said, no, the U.S. has 52 states. Look,
I have no clue.
Don't think the U.S. has 52 states. The U.S. has 50 states, okay? Just a heads up on that one. I'm sure that people are going to be commenting down below that when I was in school, they told me 52. No, there's 48 on the mainland, and then Alaska and Hawaii are 49 and 50, all right? So those are our don'ts for visiting the U.S. What are some of the don'ts you have for the U.S.? Because I know there's more out there. I just want to get some of these out there to help out travelers heading to the U.S. just so we can get things going. Anyway, if you like videos like this, we have stuff on what the don'ts of going to Russia, the don'ts of going to Germany, the don'ts of going to Brazil and things like that. And we really like helping travelers with honest travel advice. So if you like this video, do click that subscribe button. It means a lot to us, and we put new travel videos out every Wednesday and Saturday to help great travelers just like you. So I'll say bye from Connecticut and have a great time in the U.S. because don't worry, you will. It's a fantastic place.
Don't believe us when we say it's right down the road because it's not. Be advised, every story/rumor you've ever heard about Florida, it's true. One I haven't seen on here: don't trespass, step on their lawn, peek over people's fences, or look in their windows. That's a major one everywhere in the U.S. I would hope that's like a major thing everywhere. Get off my lawn! You don't tip at a fast food restaurant. Oh, the glory days were just 6 years ago. Oh, now you guys do tip at fast food restaurants? Please do not touch the Americans. That should be on the side. Hi! If you like the video, please make sure that you like it and subscribe to my channel and turn on notification bell if you want to see more of it. I also go live on Twitch and on this YouTube channel, so come join us sometimes. Bye!